Good morning to those out there. And we're here to discuss beyond this metaphysical, beyond this silliness that some people bring in. And we're here to talk serious and over a hibiscus tea.
Cheers.
Cheers.
To life, to light, to the sun, to nature, to our
Very
health.
hot.
We gotta let it cool down a little bit. It's a sip and a smell.
A lot of you are healers or this name or masters or this or that. And it's nice, but some of you are harming other people because it's not that you're harming other people, it's just that you're trying to control other people. And 1 minute you smoke, next minute you're eating a steak. It's okay for you to eat meat, it's okay for you to do this, it's okay for you to be a vegetarian. So you have to look at, since we have doctors in religion and different things, you have to look at every religion there is. What does every religion have? Even when you get into gangs, sounds crazy, you see different symbols, but there's ancient symbols that we had. There's ways of pointing. There's ways of receiving. There's ways of drawing in that rainbow light body. And most of you do not know how to do that because a lot of you are weekend warriors, and it's nothing against you, that you did not have that practice, and you're going around and you're doing great, and some of you have a great thing, but you're in crowds of people that are having sex with each other, doing this, doing that. No, intimacy is intimacy. You want to be intimate with someone. If you're not with someone, you can be with whoever you want. But you need to learn the love, the exposure. Now Dr. Olivia is going to talk.
Everything is energy, as we know. So here at suryasolsun, we don't look at if it's good, if it's bad, if it's light, if it's dark. You know, you have all of that inside of you. So the truth of the balance is, how do you make peace with all of it? How do you become a wholesome person? How do you achieve your dreams without causing harm or pain to other people that might have had the same dream but also didn't achieve? So we look at how society is laid out: comparison, competition, and also different things that put people in these categories and in these groups where there is only one group, and that is human, because you have faculties that are similar. If you cut someone open, not saying do harm to anyone, but we all bleed the same blood as a race. The brain is no different. The veins and the muscles are laid out similar until the human being develops extra appendages, arms, legs. Everyone is going to be similar. This is what we also teach in the martial arts about body mechanics, where it's spiritual, yes. It's philosophic, yes. You have to go deep into history and know the truth. You have to go deep into yourself and know the truth that maybe was a lie that you were taught when you were a kid. You have to break that down to achieve what you want. Now, some people in life, they're achieving their dreams. They've achieved it. They're doing what they want, but there's still something more inside of them that they don't feel fulfilled. They don't feel that peace. There's an anxiety. There's a depression. There's an issue. There's a body image, right? There's a lot of things that it doesn't matter your status or the money that you make or the family that you came from or the opportunities that were given. At the end of the day, you're the one that's going to have to go to bed and live with your achievements on who you are. Now, this depends on if you're going to get good sleep at night. You must eat right with nutrition. You must get enough sleep. You must exercise your body. These are the different things that enhance your spirituality. So we see a lot of healers, a lot of spiritual teachers on so many different ends of the spectrum. Over here, they're not eating the right food, they're overweight, they're telling people how to live, but they're not catering to their body. On the other end, you have the people in the deep spirituality that are harming themselves to connect themselves to this thing called divine. Now, both are paths that are valid, but at one point in time, you're going to have to truly see the health inside of you if your body is able to sustain your soul. Now, when we look at the soul, or we talk about the spirit of the human being or any living thing, we usually go into the ideology of like an egg. The shell is the body that holds the yolk and the different things inside. And once the egg is broken, the shell is broken, the soul has to go back because there's no way for the soul to go back into that body. So people are saying, okay, you only should focus on the spiritual, on the emotional. And if you focus too much on the physical, then there's going to be an imbalance. That's true. But most people don't even look at that aspect at all. So you want to look at it as you are every single person, because the mechanics are the same. The technicalities are the same. The situations and the experiences might differ from person to person, but if we're looking at a whole spiritual level, you've been through that before. So what we really teach and we go towards is through your own creative expression. How can you fully express yourself in this life? Now, for us, we use it with our bodies, with martial arts, through movements, through the arts that we do as we are energy healing artists. We paint paintings that evoke and also are embedded with healing frequencies that change. And we also teach you how to do that for yourself. When it all comes together and you have this understanding of, okay, this is why I'm the way that I am. This might be the way someone else is on the street that you don't even know. Is it spiritual? Is it spirit? Can you say that? Well, there's an essence inside of you cannot explain. But are you going to look at someone and judge them by their appearance, judge them by their actions, say something that's not true? Maybe it will come into your vicinity because that's the intuition of the past, of also not looking at a time frame. But what really permeates through is the compassion that can be learned through just being and just being silent also. That has a big thing to do with also many people are thinking too much. They're talking too much about things, and there are teachers out there that are speaking on the stones, the elements, the animals, the healing, quantum jumping. Yes, all these things are valid. But if you stay too much inside of that, then you're going to lose a part of yourself. So we also like to call all parts back through the creative energy, something that has been lost. And you were talking about the different energies that are shared, sexual energy, creation, all these things that we can go deeper into talking about on a level where some people might not feel comfortable about it, because in sexuality, there are ties that you share with people, and some people are doing these ties through technology, and that's a real issue in today's society where the energy is being shared so much that disease and karmic attachments and ancestral illnesses are being shared, and these diseases are coming up that people have no idea where it comes from. So we look at the rules on how energy is shared, how energy is disrupted, and also how energy is rejuvenated inside of your own system after, if you've been a victim or if you've been someone that has been inside of this and you want to change, there's always a way to restore yourself.
So for all the young women out there and young men, and the older ones, we're at a time of technology where a lot of people are fighting about AI and different things, but the technology makes it that someone does not have to come see you. We're in a new healing world as we've been, and you have to understand that you must use the technology correctly. Now, if you're out there and you're, let's just take, we're going to go by our law, not your law, but it's universal law. Say you're talking to 5 people on a phone. You're sending those 5 people your photo. They're reciprocating back with their photo. Now, some of those people you will go out to eat with. Some of those people you will hang out with. But what happens if you're a woman or a man that's having sex with all 5 people? How many people did those people have sex with? What are their emotions? And can you honestly say that that's correct? Now, if you're not dating someone, you're free to do whatever you want. Well, that's law. But can you be harming yourself more than you're creating good for yourself? Yes. See? Can someone that gives dollars to the homeless people sometimes give $1 to someone, even though they had the best intention, and somehow they catch that emotion of that other person? Energy is neither good nor bad. It can seep. And inside our teachings, we teach. And right now, there's someone out there, I'm feeling it. You have total chaos. All it is, it's a woman. And all it is that you're worried about what this person has. What can you get out of them? You also took money from other people. That's okay. But at the end of the time, you have to let this go. There's someone out there right now that's battling sickness. And, we have all different avenues and protocols to sickness. And we tell everybody that just because someone tells you this, if you're sick, there's only one way in and one way out. One way in, one way out. And that is to find the way that your body responds in a homeostasis part.
It's not the search for peace. It's when all is said and done at the end of the day, and you've had your talk, and you've listened to the other ones have their talk. Can you bring about that peace from inside of you so that you can rejuvenate yourself, your mind, your spirit, and your body? So beyond spirituality, what people think, religion, there's a lot of people, doesn't matter what your race is, doesn't matter what your religion is, suffering from insomnia, anxiety, depression, suicide, thoughts of threatening. These are plagues on the body. And they come up from different attachments, just like Dr. John was saying. Different attachments from energy, always. The more you give, or the less you give, the more you take. And then attachments through technology, attachments through sex and manipulation, through, let's say, loved ones, family, toxic friends. The list goes on and on. So ridding yourself of these influences by really looking at who you truly are, every single person, finding the similarities. And the journey is not always going to be easy, as you know. You're going to have to look at yourself and find the truth, and maybe uncover the truth about things that you've been living inside of life, and that's crumbling your whole entire life. So there's many experiences that we have to go through, such as death, such as birth, such as sorrow, suffering, grief, joy, happiness. But we look at these experiences not as we're holding emotions inside of that memory. It's everything is a lesson, so you can learn. And if you really want to think of it, maybe the lesson you're experiencing is not just for you to experience. It's so that later on, you're able to aid someone that has also had that experience. So we like to say we're teachers, we're spiritual healers, spiritual advisors, and then we like to say we're none of that. Because at the end of every day and at the beginning of every day, we start over and we're blank. And that's something that every single person has the ability to do, so they're able to invite that magic from the universe, from God in. And then whoever comes into your life, and that's every single person. So again, if anyone is looking for help or needs advice on many different topics, if you felt that this has helped you in any sort of way, we also use Neuro-Linguistic programming in all of our videos, as you can see on the channel, Suryasolsun, as well as Olivia Tatara Healing Arts and Yaakov Healing Art, as you go by too. We have the channel's Frequency Life Changes, another channel you can go on to reprogram the subconscious mind. And all these links will be in the description, so you can look through the channels and you go on your own journey. And whenever you need guidance, you can come back here to seek further. And we don't invite you to seek like you have to go out and experience this on the top of a mountain or in the cave in the middle of the earth to do something. You have the ability to do this from wherever you are, because energy does not know the difference. We're trying to get rid of this stigma where you have to be in a certain place at a certain time, at a certain person, at a certain age, when there are children, teens, young people in the new wave of energy that are understanding this healing far beyond someone that's been studying for years and years and years. The only difference is the emotional intelligence that they're learning from the people that are teaching them. And also this goes into you. This goes into every single person that might be impacted by the emotions that are inside of their family, the emotions that have been inside of their peers and the ancestry that are patterns that you're breaking that line. So it's not just us, it's you too. Every single person has the opportunity. Like, we don't see someone as good or as bad. We cannot attach to that. All you can do is give someone the opportunity to be a better person, do better inside of them every single day. Just like the famous Dr. Jose Silva said, every day in every way, you are getting better and better. I am getting better and better. We are getting better and better. And whatever you need and you feel is going to advance you at this time.
And remember, guys, you do not, a couple rules. You do not have to be here in front of us. That's just made up.
You're in front of us right now.
You're
if
in
we
front
want to
of
say
us
that.
right now. And if you go through frequency, that's maybe a higher frequency than you being in front of us, because there's
Yes.
all sort of static, there's all sorts of different things. So technology is there. We already no, we don't need cards. We don't need books. We don't need anything. We're also mediums. Whether you believe it or you don't, we have helped many people. Now, we can pick up from an email, through a telephone call, through anything. And sometimes when a person is about to make the wrong decision, you cannot tell them that they're making the wrong decision. You can give them an identity into themselves. And one of the questions sometimes you hear me ask, and people look at me like I'm crazy, when they call, number one, for all you healers out there that play a game on all these other healers and prey on them and create junk. When you call another business or a business owner, and you're not calling for service, and you're calling to find out information, you're wasting time.
And time is precious.
Time is precious. So when you say, well, let me think about it, let me book, let me do this, let me do that, there's something simple you can ask someone. I got a question to ask you seriously. Are you able to listen? They say yes. They gave me one yes. I said, do you swear to tell me the whole truth and you don't lie? If they say yes and you catch them, they already hooked a cord back into them for them to suffer interdimensionally with their own pain. And you bless you. And you must know how to not take that on.
And sometimes people will do that unintentionally. So it's not like we're angry when that happens. We're these things like people like to call truth seers, where we understand the truth of your situation, and when you come up with an inconsistency, we'll let you know. But it's not to make you feel bad. It's to make you see yourself in a different way, in a purer way.
So you want to book with us, call.
The rules for contact, you can always view suryasolsun.com for more information. There's many things to read. For direct contact, to speak to one of the spiritual advisors, you call 787-979-9938. You can also send an email with your story and an information about you. You can send a picture of you so the advisors are able to get a deeper reading. But when you send an email, you must make sure you send a phone number to be contacted.
Or you will not be contacted back through the email, yes, because that is a form of manipulation. And that information is shared with other people when you get into business and negotiation.
And we understand how some people feel like more things can be said through the words of typing and also reading. So we give everyone the ability to express in the way that they know how. But if you don't leave a phone number, it's irrelevant. We will not contact.
And when you write too much of a long email and a story, the practitioner should be able to listen to your voice in 2 seconds, tell you your whole life. So not everybody can do that. A lot of people need cards, everything. We don't need that. We're psychic mediums where we can really help you. As per a certain diet, there's some people that if they're ill, they need certain things. There's certain people that are battling cancer, and you got to starve the body of the sugars. That's number one.
There's some people that are troubled with different heart issues, whether it's different things that were going on as a child, high blood pressure, cholesterol, where you have to eliminate all the fat, all the meat, different things that add to it so your body can cleanse itself. Every single person's body has the ability to cleanse itself. It's depending on the toxins that are in, your immunity, and also your ability to really focus on this is what you need for your health.
So when you go out to eat, you're going to understand there's way too many processed things, way too much sodium, way too much butter. And when you go to a fine restaurant, some people do not cater directly towards you. So eating is nice going out to eat, but on top of that, it's, you want to, when you're really going through this, we're all awakened, but you get more awakened inside of you and through the practice. And you know, there's ways of chanting, there's ways of yoga, there's ways of stretching, there's fishing, there's laying tile, there's construction. And these are things that people don't look at. I teach a lot of students, we both do, that even though you have a nice home, if you don't clean your own home in the beginning, you will never fully prosper, and you will look at those cleaners at a lower grade of you. And inside our system, we do not do that.
We look at the quality of the person no matter what the circumstance. Why? We'll go back to what we said at the beginning. Every single person has similar and same insides layout, same brain faculties, the organs. If you didn't, there would be an issue. You would have to be on some sort of supplementation or medication. So we look at everyone from the same level, and we see the God and the goddess and the deity and the sentient beings inside of everyone and everything. And namaste to the world.
We love you, and contact us. We're here. And we only take payments through Zelle and Venmo. No more PayPal or anything that way, unless it's a big contract or something. You will start to understand, because in Puerto Rico we charge double the price. When you send us money, on top of that they charge us a fee and different things, and you can't send friends and family. And as you know, in Puerto Rico the taxes are high in Puerto Rico compared to the US. Many blessings. Hope that helped you.
We're here if you need anything, guidance, support, a new way of being. Contact for pricing and more. Look up the links for more information, and we're here. Many blessings.